Hello and welcome to another episode of Carbon and the City. I'm David Knowles, and today we're talking with Sherri Paterson of Sutton Group Masters Realty. So Sherri, how are you?
Fine, how are you? Nice to see you, David.
Good,
Hello.
excellent. In the article that I do for Focus Kingston magazine, in the blurb that's coming up in next month's issue, you mentioned that you drive a smaller car because you're a real estate agent and it cuts down on your carbon footprint?
Yes, I do a lot of driving, so whatever helps.
Yeah.
It's also economically feasible.
Yeah. Well, I took a look at your car. It's a Hyundai, and based on the mileage that you said you drive in a year, I worked it out, and your carbon footprint from the car would be about 3.9 tons. And if you compare that to something like a Mercedes-Benz smart car, Mercedes-Benz smart car for the same mileage would come in around 2 tons, and you compare that to a Chevy Avalanche pickup truck, which is really quite popular. You see an awful lot of them on the road, but for the same kilometers driven in a year, Chevy Avalanche would produce about 10.5 kilometers per year.
That's quite a difference.
Yeah. So, and you also talked about your use of paper in the office.
At my home office, that's right, yes.
So, and you print less and you copy less?
I try to. We have a mandate that we need to send the agreements, we need to give hard copies of agreements to our clients. They're legal documents, but any other documents I love to scan and email just so I cut down on my paper use.
Okay.
There's a huge paper trail with real estate.
Well, absolutely. And one of the types of offices that I researched a while ago, a law office, a typical law clerk goes through about 10,000 sheets of paper in a year. And if you figure that out, 10,000 sheets of paper is what, 20 reams of paper, and that works out to about 40 kilograms of carbon into the atmosphere. And that's not counting the embodied energy from the tree to the mill to the office.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, and some of the other things you're doing, you're saying that small things add up.
Right.
Yeah.
They do. Small changes to your daily regimen.
Yeah.
For example, I used to buy a lot of water bottles and then just recycle them. Recycling's good, but I don't want to use yet another water bottle, so I carry my trusty cat cup.
Yeah.
And I've also tried to, I don't drink a lot of coffee from coffee shops. I usually just make tea at home and carry it with me, but I try to actually take reusable coffee and tea mugs as well with me. Just small changes that everybody could really do just to lessen our carbon footprint.
Yeah. If we could all just get back to the old standby, the thermos bottle.
Exactly, and that's what I use a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're amazing. They keep things hot all day long.
Yeah, I think of Columbo back in the day, when he used to be on stakeout in that old car of his.
I remember.
Drinking his coffee.
That's funny. Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Well, I'm on the road a lot, and I'm waiting for clients a lot in my car, or waiting for showings to begin, waiting at open houses. So I need something reusable. I could just stop at a coffee shop and get something, but I don't want to do that all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's I did a study a while ago, and actually I produced a video based on it. I forget how many I worked out. There was maybe 28 drive-throughs in Kingston. I know there's a lot more than that, but I worked it out based on 28. And it was an Environmental Protection Agency study that found that the average drive-through during rush hour traffic produces an extra half a ton of carbon per hour while it's open during rush hour hours.
I'm not surprised, all that idling. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Didn't we have an anti-idle bylaw in Kingston?
There is an anti-idle bylaw in Kingston, and yet we continue to issue permits for restaurants to open up a drive-through window.
Right.
In fact, I saw the other day there's a pharmacy with a drive-through window.
Yes, I believe I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But what bothers me is I'm constantly seeing people idling their car on their smartphone. They're pulled over, and that's a good thing that they're pulled over, but they're not turning their car off. They're keeping it running for minutes at a time, terrible for the environment.
Now, this time of year, it's for the air conditioning.
Yes.
And in the winter time, it's for the heat.
Right.
And
which I understand that as well, but why can't they just make it short?
yeah.
That's just my beef.
Yeah. Again, I'm David Knowles, and the show is Carbon and the City. And what we're hoping to do is turn carbon, or the conversation about carbon and carbon footprint, lifestyle carbon measurement, into an everyday consideration as we go through our daily lives. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. That's a wrap.
Thanks.
Good.